Hi there, it's Courtney with Better Day Virtual Assistants, and I am doing a video for you guys today about my Master Trello board. This thing is awesome. I've been using Trello for a while now, and if you guys aren't familiar with Trello, it's a project management tool that you can use to organize so many things in your business and your personal life. And I absolutely love it. It works really well with how my brain works and how some of my clients' brains work as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and take a minute today to show you guys my awesome Master Trello board, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, I've moved my screen just a little bit so you guys can see. So this is my Master Trello board. What that means is as soon as I open Trello, I go here immediately. Trello is awesome, but what I found is that sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. You can have so many boards that you either never use them or you forget you have them and you make duplicate boards, or it's just not easy to get to them all. And so I created this Master Trello board as a solution to have everything in one place, to be organized when I came here and know exactly what I needed to do. So with that being said, this is something that works for me, but yours might not look the same. Yours might have different lists. You might have a different priority, a different way of organizing it. So just take this as a template. If something works better for you, you always want to do that, because if it doesn't work for you, you're not going to use it. And with Trello, that's extremely important. It has to work for you in order for you to use it and have it be effective. So I'm just going to give you kind of a brief overview of how it works. So the first thing that I see to the left when I go to my Master Trello board is my goals and my focuses. You can put big goals and ideas and things that you want. For me, I specified it for May, for this coming month, because I wanted to be super focused on what I want to do. And you can organize this as much or as little as you want. For me, I just kind of wanted a general outline of what are my focuses for this month overall, and just have a place where I can visit my goals and kind of see what I want to get accomplished. So for me, I've got things like being intentional. So this is like a personal growth thing, practicing more meditation, planning out my daily tasks and weekly tasks and goals, getting another client. I've changed some of the names just because this is an example, but if I needed to onboard a client, I could put that there. It's like a big term goal. Be more intentional with my relationship. That's my husband and I in Norway. We got married last May. And I feel like sometimes with work, our relationship takes a back seat because I'm so busy or I'm thinking about other things. So this is a priority that I really wanted to make a priority this month. And then chores. I suck at chores. I'm just going to be honest. So that's something I want to work on as well. So that just helps me. It's there. It reminds me why I'm doing this, what my priorities are, and just some big goals and things that I want to achieve. The second one is work. And if you notice, I also have personal here because as women, we are multifaceted. Our life is composed of everything, not just work, not just personal, but it's all mixed in there. So I think it's really important to prioritize that, to prioritize your personal things as much as your work things, because at the end of the day, you're like I said, you're a multifaceted person. You have a lot going on. So just keep that in mind. But this is my work list. So this is just a little picture I have here of my biz. And then anything underneath that is just stuff that I want to have that I can get to easily. For me, if you look at my business stuff card, I've actually attached Trello boards. And if you've never done this before, it's a game changer. It's so awesome. All you do is just click this little add attachment thing here and hit Trello. And then you can add boards or cards or whatever you need. So for me, I went ahead and added Trello boards that I thought would be relevant to my business that I might need to access easily. So I've got a content library, I've got my sales funnel structure, I've got systems and packages, and I've got my brain dump here. Because as creative entrepreneurs, a lot of times we just need to get it all out there. The problem is I used to never visit it again. Once I put it there, it just sat there. So now I have it in one place. I can easily access it and I can visit it on a regular basis. And then I've also got repositories here. So if you are the type of person who keeps, this is a system, for example, system that I created for onboarding. And so I just needed to have it somewhere so that I could refer back to it if I ever needed to. So that's what this is, but you could use it for if you need like reference images or login information, step-by-step instructions on how to do things, or you just need, like Trello's really good for just having a board with just stuff that you need to keep track of. Trainings you've taken, you name it. So that's what I have here, and then I can easily access those and those don't get lost. The next thing is clients. So I've got my clients here. I made them up. This is Gemma Jones. She looks super happy to be a client. But in here, I've got like things like how much I charge per hour. If there's a testimonial that I've gotten from them, I put it there, and their picture. And then I've also just included the boards that I use with this client, so that once I do my client work, I can just go in here, select the board I need, and it's right here. You could do a lot of stuff with this. I've thought about entering a checklist. This is like still an evolving thing for me. So there's a lot you can do with it. You just take it and for inspiration and make it work for you. And then yeah, I've got another client here. So that's how I keep track of all my work stuff. And we'll get to to-do lists over on the right, but this is just where it's all stored. Personal, again, so I've got home. I've actually got my chores in here that I want to do, and a checklist so that I know this week I did this. I have ferrets, so that's a little fact about me if you didn't know, which I'm sure you probably do by now because I post a lot of pictures. And then I've also got personal things that I have coming up this week that I don't want to forget about. So I'm going to the zoo with Ashley next week. This is actually really happening, and I'm really excited. Like I said, I think it's really important to prioritize personal things in your life to make sure that those get done and those don't fall by the wayside, because that's never fun. And the next thing is calendar and inbox. So I'm going to say right now, if you can have a way to have your emails put directly into Trello, that's going to make your life easier, and it's going to help you prioritize your emails, make sure they get done, and just have a place where, like with Trello, like I said, you want to have everything in one place, and you want to be able to use just Trello. So if you're constantly going between this tool and this tool and this tool and this tool, it's going to be a lot harder for you. So this is just another way to use Trello to handle your inbox. I have set up a Zapier function so that every time I get an email, it just creates a card in Trello right here, and it automatically labels it as urgent and gives it a due date. This is yesterday's due date, but that way I can just make sure that I get them taken care of and prioritize them just like I would any other task for the day. So that is super helpful. And then I actually have another integration where things that I put on my calendar also come in here. So this one here actually popped up over here. It was from my calendar, and I just went ahead and moved that over to personal so I could organize that. And one quick thing before I go to my to-do. So I've also got upcoming things here. So these are maybe things in the next 2 to 4 weeks that I know are upcoming, but that I don't want to put on my weekly to-do list yet. So I'm just going to have them here. If you notice, I have labels too. So labels are really important if you're prioritizing. I would say don't go crazy with the labels. You don't need a label for every little thing because you're probably not going to use it, and it's just going to waste your time. It looks pretty, but it's really not that important. The things I would focus on are priority, non-urgent, and urgent. And I'll kind of explain a little bit more about this in the weekly to-do, but that's a tip for you, is use the labels, but don't go crazy with them. And then this would be waiting on, so things that you need to do, but you're waiting on somebody else, or you're waiting on yourself, or whatever the thing might be. And then I also just have like a long-term someday. It's kind of like a bucket list thing. You don't have to have this here, but I just wanted a place for it, so I threw it there. You could easily put that under personal and get to it from there. In fact, that's probably a good idea. I'm not perfect, as you can tell. So the weekly to-do is the last thing. So once I've kind of scanned through anything that I might need here, moved anything from calendar, inbox, or taken care of this, I'll go to my weekly to-do. I put it here, but you can really put it anywhere you want to. You can even make it its own list if you want. And this one, unfortunately, is blank because this is my template. I didn't want to share my actual to-do with you just because it has some personal information on there. But what I do is, let me go back actually. I'll show you an example. So let's say I need to register the car, and this is going to be happening next week. What I can do from here is hit the little edit thing here, hit move, and I can actually move it to my weekly to-do. I'm actually going to put it here because that's the one I want to show you. So now it's gone from here and it's in my weekly to-do. So as you can see, this is here. And what I do is every day before I end my workday, I go through and I spend 15 minutes just going through my list of what I accomplished that day, setting intentions for the next day, moving anything over from Monday to Tuesday that I might need to. And that way I can make sure that my to-do list always stays updated. Everything's on there that needs to be, and I can prioritize it that way. I do go ahead and just do this like labeling, adding due dates then, and just get that out of the way. That's really important too. You always want to make sure your to-dos and your tasks are organized so that you can get them done. And then each day I just go in here, weekly to-do, and I see everything that's on the list for Monday, Tuesday. Some examples could be like your social media marketing. You can create a card for that and have check boxes for when you did them. It would include anything. So work things, personal things. And this is where you want to do the breakdown of the small things. So every week on Friday, I go through and I go in my business goals. So I have a board for business goals and I take a look at those and I see, okay, what can I work on this next week? And I drag those individual tasks into this weekly to-do. So this is where you want your small, achievable things. You don't want to put on here like finish email marketing sequence on Wednesday. Like you want to be specific about what you're going to do. So complete email 1 or source the information or find the image. You don't want this to be too big because otherwise you're probably not going to get it done and you're just going to keep dragging it next day. So Trello has these awesome checklist functions. So if you do have a bigger to-do list, make sure you're putting in a checklist of all the small pieces that need to get done in order to complete the task. That way you're actually making progress. So this is where I spend the rest of my day. And once I go into that Master Trello Board, I go into here, complete the tasks I need for the day, and then I feel accomplished because I got something done. And then at the end of the day, like I said, I just review this. I make sure everything's prioritized, put in the right place it needs to be, or in the queue. That way I have a really good idea of what's coming up. So I hope this helped. Like I said, Trello is awesome, but biggest takeaway and the tip I have to give you is use it. If you're using it for your project management, you need to be using it and being in it fully. Because if you're doing Trello and you're doing like a whiteboard or like a notebook with to-dos for that day, you're going to get confused and you're not really going to use it for its full function that it needs to be. You're going to be like me and have 60 different boards that you hardly ever visit and you forget about and you duplicate. So that'd be my biggest takeaway. But if you're looking for a solution like I was, just kind of have everything in one place in a way that made sense, then this master board is going to be helpful for you. So, and there it is again. And I will be sure. So I actually made like this template is available for you. So I'm going to go ahead and share this in the video somehow. I'm not sure. I'll probably put it on my website. So feel free to use it and take it and let me know if you are excited about it and if it's working for you. I'd love to hear. I love helping you guys out. And if you guys have any other Trello questions that you have or things you want to know about it, let me know too, and I'd be happy to do a video. Thank you so much, guys. You have a great day. Bye.